Today when I weighed myself, I saw a number on the scale that I haven't seen in over a year, that I've been kind of struggling and pushing to reach, and I'm happy to say that as of this morning, I am officially in Wonderland, and I weighed 199.6. Yay! So I'm really happy about that. Although my eating plan is not primarily for losing weight, it is something that I need to do. So the fact that I'm losing weight on this plan and I'm feeling, better, I think that is a good thing. And here is the book. The plan is by J.J. Virgin. And if she looks familiar to you, if you've ever seen that, I think it's called Freaky Eaters or something, she's the nutritionist that helps people to get over kind of their eating problems or eating freaky things like soap and stuff like that. So it's a really good book, and the reason that I went with her book was not specifically because it is a diet. It helps you have a plan for taking foods out, but then also incorporating them back in, and it's very step by step. So that's what I really liked about that. On Monday when I started, I weighed 203.6, and this morning when I weighed myself, I was 199.6. So that is 5 days with a 4-pound loss. So that's great news. That tells me that I'm on the right track. I did tab a few things that I wanted to show you in this book. The main part of it is that you cut out 7 foods for 21 days. And then after 21 days, you add one of those foods a week back in, and you keep a journal and you write down how you're feeling, what any reactions are, and you're supposed to, in that 21 days, lose, 10 to 15 pounds. So that's, a benefit. But I found in the past, and you will notice if you watch my videos, that when I eat clean and when I take the allergy foods out of my diet, my weight goes down super fast. So I definitely know that I have some sensitivities, intolerances, allergies, whatever you want to call it, to certain foods. I primarily think it's gluten and possibly eggs, some type of sweeteners. And another thing that I'm really thinking, and I don't want to even go down this route, but I do think that I could have a sensitivity to dairy, but I love cheese, and one of the things in the book she talks about is the thing that you crave the most, that you find yourself turning to more often than not. Like if you could have one food on a desert island, what would it be? Well, mine would be cheese. Also soy. I do a lot of soy sauce. I'm hoping that soy is not something I'm sensitive to. I've never noticed that I have any issues with it, but we will find out. So I wanted to show you, I marked in the book and I highlighted it. Here are the 7 foods. So the things you cut out for 21 days is gluten, soy, dairy, eggs, corn, peanuts, and all sugars. Regular sugar, artificial sweeteners. The only thing that I'm currently in very low doses, 100% organic agave, but like a little bit in coffee, or if I need something like some almond butter, and I will put just a tiny bit of agave in there. And I've used agave before, and I know that I'm not sensitive to it. And so that is at this point the only sugar that I'm using. So, and then I wanted to. There's this quiz, and there's all these questions, and I'll read it to you real quick. And it says, if you have one of the symptoms below 1 or 2 times a week, mild to moderate, give yourself 2 points. If you have moderate symptoms 3 or more times a week, give yourself 4 points. And so I highlighted all of the things that I have at least once a week. And then out of those, there are 12 of them that I have issues with 2 to 3 or more times a week. And so on the next page, let me tell you what they are, because you might not be able to read them. So it's all of the things, if you were taking the test, is abdominal cramping, acne rosacea, ADD or hyperactivity, arthritis, which I was just diagnosed with arthritis about 2 months ago in my shoulders and my hands. So I've been dealing with that. Asthma, brain fog, chronic mucus or stuffy nose. And you may notice if you've been watching my videos a lot that I do get a stuffy nose a lot. I clear my throat a lot. I've always been that way. I do notice when I cut certain things out of my diet that it clears up. So we'll see. I'm still having some issues with that. We're only 5 days in, so I'm gonna hopefully that clears up. Congestion, constipation or diarrhea, dark circles under your eyes, depression, eczema, fatigue, food cravings, gas and bloating, headaches, inability to lose weight, joint pain, moodiness, muscle pain, psoriasis, sinusitis, skin rashes, and throat clearing. So those are there's 17 things that I was sensitive to. I think there's 23 on the list. And then you score it here, and it says 15 and above is high. There's a high probability that you have food intolerances or extreme allergies, and that's 15 plus. Well, if you look at the scoring, I have 12 things that I deal with 2 or more times a week. 2 to 3 times a week, and that's 4 points each. So if you take 12 times 4, I'm way above the 15 plus. I'm completely off the scale for what she has. And it says, help, you can't remember the last time you felt light and lean after a meal, and it feels as though your stomach is constantly bloated, which is so true. I've dealt with severe stomach issues, gas, pain, just nausea. It's been constant, and I couldn't figure out why. I couldn't pinpoint what it was. It was just all the time my stomach was hurting. You've done everything you can think of to lose weight, and it still does not work. You do not lose weight. Every time you look in the mirror, you think, how did I get to look so old, and how come I'm so tired? So, that really hit home with me, because I'm in the hundreds. My points score is probably in the hundreds, and she's got 15 plus. So that tells me that there's a high likelihood that that's one of the issues that I'm having. I'm not going to go through this whole diet, because I really think if this is something that you want to do, that you need to purchase the, I'm just kind of going over some of the things that really stuck out with me and that I'm using to help me. And I think that if somebody is having the same issues, or they went through that list and almost every single one of them is an issue that they have, I think it's a great idea to look at it. It's a lot of work to cut those 7 things out of your diet. It's not easy, but if you are struggling to, day by day just to get out of bed and function, let alone being successful and goal-driven and all of those things, then, there may be something else going on. So here it kind of lays it out for you. The cycle 1 is 21 days, and you cut out the seven foods, and you fuel your system with healthy foods and healing supplements. And then cycle 2 is 28 days, and every week for 4 weeks you test one of the high 5 foods back in. So gluten, soy, eggs, and dairy, and so you add one of those back in every week. And when you add one of them back in, you take another one. So you don't add one and then you keep it in and then you add the other. So if I started back with using soy sauce or soy the first week, I would cut soy back out if I then started using things with gluten the next week, because you don't want to, you know, keep adding more stuff in. And then the cycle 3 is a lifetime where you incorporate certain things. And then it's interesting. It says avoid corn, peanuts, sugar, and artificial sweeteners 95% of the time, lifetime, because those are triggers. And so I just wanted to kind of go through that. I know this video became kind of long, but I wanted to share with you that I got under $1.99, and then also kind of how I did it, and put it out there if it would help anybody else to do the same. So thanks again for watching, and I hope that you have a great day, and I will make more videos talking about kind of what's going on with me health-wise in the future, and just keep you guys in the loop. Have a good day. Thanks. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and thumbs up on my video.